Hi, I'm Nancy Dykeman with REMAX Premier Realty, and today we have with us Cory Freilich. Cory has been an agent in our company for many years, and I've so admired his work ethic and his consistency and his success in the real estate business. So he has agreed to be with us today and answer some questions. So Cory, thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate you taking the time to do this.
Yeah, of course. I'm happy to be here. This is exciting.
Yes, it is. It's exciting for both of us. So what drew you into real estate, and why did you choose this company?
So I actually got into real estate after high school. I did not really have a great gauge on what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go. And of course, my mom's in the business.
Yes, she is.
So she said, why don't you get your real estate license and, see where that takes you, see what happens, see how you like it. So I did and haven't looked back since.
Wow. Well, I will say you have done an incredible job.
Well, thank you.
And starting right out of high school, that's brave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I had to figure out something. So I was like, try this out.
That's very nice, very nice. And what's your specialty or your niche today?
So really, it's like mini farms and gentleman farms. Small horse properties. Of course, I grew up riding and showing horses, so I enjoy being around horses still, and then that clientele.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, you have listed some beautiful properties here in Ocala.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I enjoy them for sure.
Yeah. What do clients tend to hire you for most often?
So really, if I look at my transactions, I'm really like 50-50 buyers, sellers. And I would say the majority of them do end up being mini farms, acreage, that kind of thing. But I know you'll talk to some agents that enjoy sellers over buyers, and really I'm pretty 50-50, so I work with both.
That's terrific. You are very versatile. Yeah. So tell us about a recent win that you've had that you're proud of.
So I think a couple recent ones would be this year. It's been a little quieter, so there's definitely been more expired sales. So I think I've had 3 transactions that have closed like within the last 6 months that were previously expired, and I relisted them and got them under contract and got them sold. So definitely wins there for each individual scenario. They really need our help. So
yes, so you
they're
became
rewarding.
their hero.
Yeah.
That's a very rewarding thing to do.
It is. Yeah. I mean, they're frustrated in the beginning, and then being able to get them where they want to go is rewarding.
Do you have any particular memorable deal that you think of when you think of challenges?
Yeah, so it's probably been 4 or 5 years ago now, but I had a client that she was a buyer. She was referred to me by a mutual client friend, and she'd recently lost her husband. They were in the process of building a home. And so they had already sold the place they lived together. They were in temporary housing, building a home, and they had moved, or they were building far away, so they had kind of relocated. So she lost him. She had no idea what to do. And so, long story short, we got her back up to this area, found her the home, but she needed a lot of guidance, somebody she could trust. So it was really rewarding to be able to be that person for her.
Yeah. Well, that's incredible. I know she appreciates you so much.
Yeah, it was rewarding, and that's the one that always comes to my mind.
Sticks out in your mind, yeah. So what are you seeing right now in the market that buyers and sellers really need to be aware of?
So sellers, pricing is really, really important right now. I mean, there's a lot of inventory out there, so you have to, be priced correctly, or everybody's just going to look over you.
True.
For buyers, I think it's good to understand that there's deals out there right now. I've had a few recently that I'm shocked at what they've sold for, but it's worked out for both parties.
I know
So if you're out there looking, you can find a deal if you want one.
It is a great time to negotiate.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, it is. What are the biggest mistakes you're helping clients avoid today?
Well, I think it kind of goes back to those few expired listings and pricing.
Right.
I've lost a few recently, and part of those are because, they wanted to price above the market, and I didn't want to be that person for them, and then, they're in that boat of being expired down the road. So, that's kind of what it boils
Yeah.
down to.
So they're still attached, some of them, to a fantasy number.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or other actives. You
Or
know,
other actives, right.
if there aren't a whole lot of comps, and they see somebody down the road they've just thrown a number out there and listed it,
Yeah.
and they think that might be realistic, but it's not, unfortunately.
So what is your current advice to buyers and sellers?
Well, I mean, it's almost the same answer. I mean, pricing is really, really important. For buyers, the other side of it is there are still homes that are coming on the market and selling pretty quickly.
That's
So,
true.
you still want to be prepared, have everything in line, know what your plan is as far as financing. So when that one does come on the market that's perfect for you and priced correctly, you're ready to move on it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Be ready.
Yeah.
Because the deal that's coming up, everybody else is going to want the same one.
Exactly. Mhm.
Yeah. Well, walk me through how you guide a client from first conversation through to closing, because you do a beautiful job of that too.
So sellers, or okay, we'll go with the sellers.
Yeah.
Whenever I get a new potential seller, I like to learn about what their goals are. Where they're planning on moving. What their timeline is like, why they're moving, things like that. Because that really gives us a baseline for being able to help them, the best that we can.
Right.
And then from there, I'll, gather a lot of information about their property, as much as they want to share with me. That way I can start to prepare for an appointment. I always send out my marketing plan and resume before I go out to the property.
Nice.
So they have a chance to look through that. And I find that's really helpful, so they can look through all the details and not sit there listening to me, preach all
Right.
into them.
Right.
And it is important to a lot of people, so being able to look at that has been really, really helpful. So that way when I go out, I tour the property, answer any questions they might have had after reviewing that packet, and then we really get into pricing and putting everything together, lining up the game plan for launching the listing, and then getting into the marketing.
Yeah, and you do a great job of your marketing too.
Thank you,
Just
thank you.
amazing. So, what's your philosophy and your approach to client service and how you treat people?
Yeah, so service is really, really important.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it boils down to. It's, that staying in touch with them constantly, being available when they need us. People that work 9 to 5, we have to be available after hours. So kind of meeting them where they're at and being able to be that resource for them, and, getting them where they need to go.
Yeah. So, what makes the experience with you different from other agents? And I already know the answer to this because I know Cory well, but I want to hear it from Cory too.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big difference is I'm very hands-on, very detail-oriented, when it comes to, pricing, negotiation, marketing, all of that. All the details really matter, and I enjoy that part of it too. And then I think, just being there for them and, treating them like their family, even if we've just met, giving them the same advice that I would give, my best friends and family.
Very good. And what motivates you to do such a great job at the real estate business?
So, I mean, that's a good question. I really enjoy getting out and about every day. So being able to do that and it being work is, really important and motivating for me, just to be able to help people. They're like just the story with the lady that her husband had recently passed. Being able to help her is really motivating.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You make such a difference in the people's lives that you touch. And I think no matter what business you were in, that's what you would love about it most.
Yeah, I think so. The people.
Making a difference to the people. Yeah, absolutely. So, what's something that most people misunderstand about this business?
I think from the outside looking in, a lot of people only see the wins. And there's two sides to all of it, so they see the pretty listing, the pretty sold. They don't always see all the other things that got us to that point.
Yeah.
And I think, even some new agents or consumers out there, they say, oh, realtors make way too much money. They don't work for it. But the good ones do. We really do.
They do. And I think, they see the good, they don't see the bad and the ugly that we go through, right?
Yeah, exactly. How many, challenges we had to overcome to get that win that they see.
Exactly. So, what's one tip you wish every homeowner knew?
That's a good one. Well, Pricing is really important. That's the biggest thing, and then getting your house ready for the market.
Yeah, what's your 30-second pitch for what makes you different, Cory?
Yeah, so I think it really comes down to my hands-on approach and then the marketing I do for my clients. Really being able to present it, in the best light possible. And then also for different clients, whether they're buyers or sellers, being able to kind of meet them where they're at. The analytical people that really are very numbers oriented, I can mesh well with them. I can mesh well with the people that are, high D personalities, and the expressives. So I feel like that kind of gives me an advantage on both sides of it, for
Right.
sellers to be able to talk to them and then buyers that are interested in their listings.
And it's the empathy that counts.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it is that. Yeah. So who's the ideal client that you love working with?
So I really enjoy touring clients through really nice homes. So whether I'm listing them or, taking the buyers through, just really unique properties that you don't find in most neighborhoods. The older homes are a lot of fun. And I also love first-time home buyers. I think that's
Yeah.
also another really rewarding, a client. Because there's so much opportunity for them, and you can teach them so much, and to be able to help them start to build wealth in real estate is really cool and rewarding.
Yeah,
And they
it
love
is.
it. I mean, they're just so happy
Yeah,
for it.
along the way, you're building yours one house at a time, aren't you?
Exactly,
So
exactly.
you're an investor also. So good for you. Good for you. Now, what should someone do if they want to work with you?
You can call, text, email. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram. Got my cell phone number. So yeah, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help anybody that I can.
Terrific. Well, thank you again, Cory, for being here today, and I can't thank you enough for being an agent with our company.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
My office is not too far away from Cory's, and I will tell you, I watch him come in early every day. Things that he hasn't said about himself. I watch him do the things that require someone to make a great living in real estate and the service that he gives people. And I love to see a new Cory Freilich listing come out because they're always beautiful. Thank you, Cory.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate
I
you.
appreciate it.